Okay, good afternoon everyone. We are discussing about Z transforms. The last lecture we have discussed the basic definition of Z transforms, and with the help of basic definition we have obtained Z transforms of some standard functions, basic functions, right? And then we have used those standard Z transforms to obtain the Z transforms of some complicated quantities with the help of properties of Z transforms, right? So now let us now extend this notion of Z transforms to the inverse Z transform. Like in Z transforms, we have obtained the series expansion of the form Z transform f of k, which we have defined in terms of infinite series f of k z raised to minus k, and where k varies from minus infinity to infinity. Right? So what we are going to do in inverse Z transform, the exactly opposite to this. That is, we are going to take this z to the right hand side. So inverse, it becomes inverse. So inverse Z transform of this series expansion f of k z raised to minus k, where k varies from minus infinity to infinity, will be equals to what? Function of k, right? So, and that will be our required Z transform, which is a function of k. So, up till now we have given this f of k and we have obtained its Z transform, and now we'll be given a function of z, that is Z transform will be given, and with the help of that we have to obtain its inverse Z transform, which is original sequence, we can say, isn't it? So the same formulas we are going to operate inversely. So whatever the Z transform of say a raised to k or e raised to k, isn't it? Or sin a k or cos a k, hyperbolic functions, all those formulas we are going to operate inversely. Likewise, Z transform, for example, Z transform of say a raised to k, or k positive was what? K that was z upon z minus k, right? So if we ask to find inverse Z transform of z upon z minus a, then that will be what? Here, region of convergence mod z is greater than mod a. So with this, inverse Z transform z upon z minus a with region of convergence mod z greater than mod a will be equals to what? A raised to k for k greater than or equal to 0. So that is the inverse Z transform. Is this clear? So in similar manner, we can have all the formulas, remaining formulas. So this is the first. Second, suppose if you want to find inverse Z transform, say 1 upon z square minus 2z cos a z upon plus 1. So that will be what? That will be sin ak upon a, upon sin a. Because when we take the sin a to the here, then that will be z sin a upon z square minus 2z cos a plus 1, and that is the Z transform what? Sin a. So inverse Z transform of this function will be sin ak upon sin a. So in this way, we can have all those formulas inversely in inverse Z transform, right? Is this clear to everyone? Now we are going to discuss this inverse Z transform in three parts. The first one is power series expansion, or power series method, we can say power series method. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Power series method. Then second is by partial fraction. And the third one is by inversion integral method. So these are the three important methods to obtain the inverse Z transforms instead of those basic formulas. So let us discuss one by one. What the power series method says? Power series means this. This is actually the power series. इसको बोलते हैं पावर series. So such power series will be given, or the function will be given, and we have to obtain its power series expansion, and with the help of power series we'll get its inverse Z transform. Let's see how. So the first one is the power series method. First of all, if we look at the basic definition of Z transform f of k क्या होता है? It will be an infinite series summation f of k z raised to minus k, isn't it? And k varies from minus infinity to infinity. So when we open this summation from minus infinity to infinity, what will be having? We are having initially we'll be having k is negative means what? Negative, positive. So the power of z will be positive if k is negative. And if k is positive, then power of z will be negative. Is this clear? So based on that, we are having its coefficient f of k. So what we are doing here, a power series method to obtain. Are you getting? Actually, what we are doing here, we are trying to get the function f of k now. Will be given f of z back because z transform f of k is function of z. So inversely now we'll be having f of z, and with the help of that, we are trying to obtain f of k. That is, f of k is inverse Z transform this f of z. Okay, so and that is by power series method we are discussing. So what the power series method says? First, if the given region of convergence mod z is less than r. Okay, first of all, let me discuss for greater than r, and then we'll discuss for less than r. Okay, so if the region of convergence is greater than r, what does it mean geometrically? Tell me someone what mod z greater than r means geometrically. Yes, what does it mean geometrically? Mod z greater than r क्या represent करता है geometrically? Hello. It represents actually the exterior of the circle of radius r. So if you draw a circle with radius r, I have explained less than means interior part and greater than means exterior part. So mod z greater than r means exterior of this circle with radius r. Okay. So this in the exterior of the circle, the f of k. Let me write here. If mod z is greater than r, this is ROC. So in this, f of k is equal to the coefficient of z raised to minus k. Coefficient of z raised to minus k. Consider. Okay, and if B, second case, if mod z is less than r, then consider f of minus k is the coefficient of z raised to plus k. Z raised to plus k. Now, first of all, let me explain why we are writing like this, and then we'll discuss the examples based on this. So, first of all, let us discuss for this mod z greater than r. So, first of all, mod z greater than r means what? We can write this as a something less than 1. So, how do I write something less than 1? So, I'm having mod z greater than r. So, if I take this mod z to the right hand side, then 1 is greater than r by mod z. Isn't it? So I can write it as a mod of r by z less than 1. Is this clear? And as we know, for mod of something less than 1, the given z transform will exist. Is this clear? Because yesterday we have discussed some geometric series will be convergent in the region where mod of that common ratio less than 1. So here, if you consider r by z as a common ratio, then in mod of common ratio less than 1, the given z transform will be exist, and For that, we'll be having its inverse transform. Okay. So here, if you look at this, here the power of z is negative because z is in denominator. So since the power of z is negative, and in our actual original definition of z transform, the power of z is negative, and its coefficient is plus f of k, f of plus k. So that is why we are considering f of k as the coefficient of z raised to minus k in the expansion. We are going to expand f of k, f of z, sorry. We are going to expand f of z given f of z, and in that expansion, we are going to consider the coefficient of z raised to minus k, and that coefficient will be f of k. Is this point clear? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Point will be more clear while discussing the example, but for now, just remember that f of k is the coefficient of z raised to minus k. And if the given region of convergence is less than r, then we will try to write something less than 1. So what will be less than 1 in this case? In this case, mod of zy r is less than 1, right? So what will be the region? What will be the common ratio here? Z by r. So we will try to write that f of z in terms of z by r. Okay, and then we will expand it with the help of some expansion formulas. And from that expansion, if you look at this term, here the power of z is positive, and in our actual z transform, the power of z is negative. So we want the power of z to be negative. So if it is positive, then its coefficient will be negative, f of minus e. And if the power of z is negative, then its coefficient will be f of plus e. So here, all the terms will be positive powers. So the coefficient will be f of minus k there. That is why we will consider the coefficient f of minus k is the coefficient of z raised to plus k. But we are trying to get f of minus f of k. So what will be f of k? We will, whatever we will have it f of minus k, into that we will replace k by minus k there. So therefore, by replacing k by minus k, I get f of plus k. Wherever k is there, we will have to replace that k by minus k there. Is this clear? Let me explain with the example. Find z inverse of 1 upon z minus a. 1 upon z minus a. Inverse z transform 1 upon z minus a. Let us discuss this case for both of the region. Mod z is greater than mod a, suppose, and second is mod z is less than mod a. Okay, whatever that is, we are discussing in general. So in the first, what we are having, suppose that mod z is greater than mod a. So what is less than 1? Tell me what is less than 1 from this. Try to write this inequality less than 1. So how do I write? To write that, I'll have to take this mod z to the, yes. So here, when I divide both sides by mod z, then this will get cancelled. So 1 is greater than mod of a by z. That is mod of a by z is less than 1. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So what I will have to do, I'll have to write this 1 upon z minus a into this term in the form of a by z. First of all, get this point clear. यहाँ तक किसी को डाउट होगा तो पूछो.
सर रिपीट, सर एक बार रिपीट कीजिए ना.
If mod z is greater than a or mod a, we will have to write something less than 1. So to write less than 1, we'll have to do the adjustment like this. So to get less than 1, I'll have to take this mod z to the right hand side now. If it is, because see here, mod of z is greater than mod a, means what mod of a is less than mod z, but I want 1 here. So what I have to do, I'll have to take this mod z to the left hand side. So what it will be? Mod of a by mod z is less than 1. Is this clear?
Yes.
So that is why, so therefore, if we combine both these mods, then we get mod of a by z is less than 1. So what we'll do, we will try to write the given function in terms of a by z. a by z यहाँ जो है इसके टर्म, इसके फॉर्म में इस फंक्शन को लिखो. क्यों? That we discuss. तो यहाँ तक किसी को डाउट नहीं होगा तो आगे डिस्कस करते हैं कि अगर f of z is given to be 1 upon z minus a, isn't it? So now how do I write this f of z in terms of a by z? I'll have to take z common, na? I'll have to take z common, so that when I take z common from the denominator, then here it will be 1 minus a by z. Is this clear? Is this okay? Because z into 1 is z, z into minus a by z is minus a.
Yes, sir.
So therefore the f of z becomes f of z will be equals to actually, if you remember, I have given you two formulas in linear differential equation, 1 upon 1 minus p or 1 upon 1 plus p. Do you remember these expansions? What is the expansion of 1 upon 1 minus p?
1 plus p
Exactly.
plus p square
1 plus p square plus
p
plus
cube
and so on.
and
And
so
here
on.
for this we'll be having alternate plus minus
Sign. Yes.
plus minus like this for this. That is 1 minus p plus p square minus p cube plus and so on. Alternate. So remember these two expansions which are very important, and we are going to use these expansions here to expand this. So this is of the form. You can see 1 upon 1 minus p. So this is of the form first formula. Is this point clear? So we'll have to expand this now. 1 upon 1 minus p using this expansion. So I'm writing here using this. So what we get? Fz to be 1 upon z into, what is p? P is a by z. So 1 plus p, that is a by z, plus p square, that is a square by z square, plus p cube and so on. Yes, step clear is आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now multiply by 1 by z inside. So what we get? 1 into 1 by z, 1 by z, plus a by z into 1 by z, a by z square, plus a square by z square into 1 by z, a square by z cube, plus and so on. So here, based on powers of z, z raised to 1, z raised to 2, z raised to 3 and so on. So suppose, and here it will be a raised to 0. 1 means what? A raised to 0. Can I write like this? 1 means a raised to 0, because anything raised to 0 क्या होता है? 1 होता है. So if I consider this as a 0th term, based on this 0th suppose, then what will be kth term? Can you generalize the kth term? Can you tell me 0th, first, second, third? So what would be the kth term? अगर 0th टर्म है a raised to 0 by z raised to 1, अगर फर्स्ट टर्म है a raised to 1 by z square, second term is a cube, a square by z cube, then what will be the kth term?
A raised to k upon z raised to k plus 1.
A raised to k upon z raised to
Z raised
k
to k
plus
plus
1
1.
plus and so on. Plus and so on, because this is infinite sum, remember. I'm not restricting. Is this clear? Yes, step clear सबको? Is this step clear?
साइड का नहीं दिख रहा है.
Which one?
लास्ट टर्म नहीं दिख रही है.
That is
बोल्ड नहीं है विजिबल.
a raised to k by z raised to k plus 1. Generalized term. You can take k from 0 to infinity. For k equal to 0, when we substitute here, a raised to 0 upon z raised to 0 plus 1, that is z. I should get the first term. So the kth term is a raised to k by z raised to k plus 1. Okay. But I want the coefficient of z raised to, see here, in mod z greater than r, we are considering the coefficient of z raised to minus k. Here, if I take this, let me write here, So that will be a raised to 0 by z raised to 1 plus a raised to 1 by z square plus and so on. A raised to k minus 1 z raised to k upon z raised to k plus a raised to k upon z raised to k plus 1 plus and so on. Is this visible?
Yes, sir.
So I can write it as a raised to 0 z raised to minus 1. I can write these denominators to the numerator. No? It will be z raised to minus 1 plus a raised to 1 into z raised to minus 2 plus and so on. A raised to k minus 1 z raised to minus k plus and so on. Now tell me, what is the coefficient of z raised to minus k? What is the coefficient of z raised to minus k? Z raised to minus k का coefficient क्या है इसमें?
A raised to k minus 1.
Exactly. This is the coefficient of z raised to k minus 1 and that is what we wanted. We consider the coefficient of z raised to minus k to be required f of k. So what will be the coefficient of z raised to minus k? So that is therefore f of k, which is our required inverse Z transform, that is equals to coefficient of, I'm writing here, coefficient of z raised to minus k, and that is a raised to k minus 1. What should be the value of k to get all these coefficients? K varies from where to where? I should get a raised to 0, a raised to 1, a raised to 2 and so on. So k कहां से vary करूं मैं? बताओ. K will vary from 0 अगर लेता हूं मैं, 0 इंक्लूडिंग और नॉट. अगर मैं 0 लेता हूं, यहां देखो, if I substitute k equal to 0, then I'll get a raised to minus 1. Do we have a raised to minus 1 term anywhere?
No.
We don't have a raised to minus term, na? We have started with a raised to 0. So I should get here 0. So for what value of k? The power would be 0, k is equal to 1. So I should start k from 1 to infinity. K is including. So k is greater than or equal to 1. Or if you want to include 0, then you can write it as a k is strictly greater than 0. Strictly मतलब 0 include नहीं है यहाँ, remember. 0 के आगे कौन है? 1. So 1, 2, 3 and so on. Are you getting the difference of strict inequality and less than or equal to inequality? Do you know this?
Yes,
So
sir.
here 0 is not included, remember. So this is our required inverse Z transform. F of k क्या होगा? A raised to k minus 1. That is the required answer. F of k is a raised to k minus 1 with k is greater than 0. तो ये बहुत डिटेल में लिखा हमने, इसलिए इतना ज्यादा हो गया, लेकिन इतना बड़ा है भी नहीं. By practice it will be possible to get it within 1 or 2 steps. So such question definitely will be there in online examination. Easy questions. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So you can generalize this as a formula. If they ask for inverse Z transform 1 upon Z minus 2 with mod Z greater than 2. So what will it be? If you remember this directly, then you can directly get f of k is what? 2 raised to k minus 1. So we just have to replace a by 2. If they ask 1 upon z minus 1 by 3, 1 upon z minus 1 by 3, then what will it be? First of all, check what is the ROC, because this is inverse Z transform in this ROC only, not this. We have to discuss about this. पहिल्यांदा हे क्लियर करा की ROC कुठला आहे आणि त्या ROC साठी this is our inverse Z transform. So for this, the inverse Z transform will be 1 by 3 raised to k minus 1. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now let us discuss for the other case. If mod Z is less than a. I'm not going to discuss several examples, remember. I'm going to discuss 1 or 2 examples with the concepts. So try to get it clear. They are doubt. If mod z is less than mod a, then now tell me what is less than 1, because we want mod of common ratio less than 1. Yes. So what should I do? I'll have to take this mod a to the left hand side. So therefore, mod of z by mod a is less than 1. Therefore, mod of z by a is less than 1. Is this clear? So therefore, I'll have to write this f of z, that is 1 upon z minus a, in terms of z by a. So how do I write it? I'll have to take a common. So when I take a common from the denominator, I'll get z upon a minus a by a, which is 1. Is this clear? Because when I multiply by a will get cancelled, and here a, that is what. Is this adjustment clear to everyone?
Yes,
What I did here? So now we'll have to expand this, but that is not in standard form. What is the standard form? 1 upon 1 minus b or 1 upon 1 plus b, right? So to get that, I'll take minus 1 common also. When I take minus 1 common, that will be minus 1 by a into 1 upon 1 minus z by a. Hello, is this clear? 1 upon 1 minus z by a. And now expand this using the same expansion, 1 upon 1 minus p. Here p is what? Z by a. So therefore, the expansion is minus 1 by a into 1 plus z by a
Z by a
plus z square by a
z
square
square by a square.
plus and so on. Now multiply by minus 1 by a. So that will be minus 1 by a minus z by a
Z by
square
a square.
minus z square by a cube minus and so on. Okay. So what will be the coefficient of z raised to k? Yeah.
नाही त्यांच्याकडे वायर त्याची नाहीये, ते पुसायचंय.
डस्टर बांधून ठरवलं दरी
Prajakta, will you please unmute yourself? Will you please mute yourself?
Sorry, sir.
So here by multiplying minus 1 by a inside, minus 1 by a into 1, minus 1 by a into z by a, and so on. So 1 I can write in terms of z raised to 0. So that will be z raised to 0, z raised to 1. So what will be kth term then? This is 0th term. First, second. So what will be k? Can you generalize this for k? Of course, it will be minus, right? Minus z raised to k upon what? A raised to k plus 1 minus and so on. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So with this, here you can see all the powers of z are positive. So for positive powers of z, we are considering for all positive powers of z, we are considering f of minus k is what? Coefficient of z raised to plus k, right? So what is f of minus k then? F of minus k is equals to what? What is coefficient of z raised to plus k here? Minus 1 by, you have to include minus sign also. So minus 1 by a raised to k plus 1. Minus 1 upon a raised to k plus 1. Is this clear? यहाँ तक clear है सबको? F of minus k is minus 1 by a raised to k plus 1. But what we are trying? We are trying for f of plus k, not f of minus k. Inverse Fourier transform क्या होता है? F of k. So what we will have to do? We'll have to replace k by minus k. But before replacement, remember what should be the condition on k so that I'll get each term or each coefficient. K काय असायला पाहिजे इथं? K varies from where to where? Tell me. For what value of k I'll get the first term?
From 0 to infinity.
0. For k equal to 1, I'll get the second coefficient, right? So here for this f of minus k, k will vary from 0 to infinity. K is greater than or equal to 0. Right? Now, this is f of minus k. So, what is f of plus k then? Therefore, on replacing k by minus k, what I'll get? F of minus minus k will be plus k is equal to minus 1 upon a raised to minus k plus 1 for minus k is greater than or equal to 0. कळलंय का बघा? Is this point clear? मी काय केलंय जिथं जिथं k आहे तिथं तिथं minus k टाकलाय. Why? Because I want to get the condition or the function of f of plus k, not f of minus k.
Yes, sir.
Now try to simplify the expression. That's it. That is, or if you have this as an option, then you can think as it is. But k condition on k should be there. Minus k वरती condition असते k वरती. So what should I get? Minus 1 by a raised to minus k plus 1. हा minus sign जर तिकडे गेला तर काय होईल? Or if I multiply both sides by minus 1, then I'll get k here. What about the right hand side? 0 into minus 1 is
0.
0. 0. So on the left hand side it will be k, and on the right hand side it will be 0. What about inequality?
Less than.
Inequality will be less than, remember. Always remember, if you are multiplying by minus 1 or negative quantity to both sides of inequality, then inequality get reverse. Less ची greater होते, greater ची less होते लक्षात. आता you can check here, it must be strictly less than. Strictly less than means what? 0 is not included here. So k is less than 0 मतलब क्या? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on to the left of 0. Are you getting a point? So you can take k equal to minus 1 and you will get the coefficient of the first coefficient you will get if you substitute k equal to minus 1. बघा substitute करून बघा. K equal to minus 1 साठी minus minus plus and plus 1. So 1 upon minus 1 by a square. I should get 1 upon a. Na? Zero will be included here. Na? I have to include 0 because when k equal to 0, then minus 1 by a. For k equals to minus 1, minus plus 1 minus 1 by a square. That is correct. Is this clear? So k is less than or equal to 0. This is very important actually. हे कळलं पाहिजे मी काय करतोय. हे समजते का मी काय करतोय? I am trying to check whether the answer is correct or not. मी काय केलं? जर strictly less than घेतला असता तर 0 include झाला नसता. हा मग 0 include नाही म्हटल्यावर first k काय येईल? minus 1 ना, because k is less than 1 ना, less than 0. So first k will be minus 1 and k equal to minus 1 साठी मला पहिली टर्म येते का ते चेक केलं. k equal to minus 1 टाकला तर पहिली टर्म येत नाही मला, मग मी 0 इन्क्लूड केला त्याला. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So this is your required inverse Z transform. So असं नाही की 1 upon Z minus a चा inverse Z transform standard आहे. No, that depends on the region of convergence. In what region you're asking the inverse Z transform, that is matters.
Sir means आपण region of convergence check करून मग फॉर्म्युला डायरेक्ट अप्लाय करू शकतो ना
Yes, directly
टाइप्स
formula applies.
एक्झाम्पल मध्ये हा
For example, suppose, see here, based on this formula, suppose here are the formula for the same, and if they ask the inverse Z transform of 1 upon 6 Z minus 3 for mod Z less than say less than 3 is given for Y. Then what will be its inverse Z transform from this discussion? It will be f of k, and that is minus 1 by a raised to, what is a? A is 3. So minus 1 by 3 raised to minus k plus 1, where k varies from, or k is less than or equal to 0. But त्याच्यासाठी तुमच्या फॉर्म्युला लक्षात राहायला पाहिजे. So instead of remembering all these formulas, remember the theme of writing the formula. This is what the theme. म्हणजे तिथे पटकन तुम्हाला फॉर्म्युला आठवला नाही तर तुम्ही प्रूव्ह पण करू शकता. You should know the logic behind this.
ओके सर
आपण काय करतोय लक्षात घ्या, हा जो p1 f of z आहे त्याला एक्सपांड करतोय अकॉर्डिंग टू द RST. म्हणजे जर तो ग्रेटर असेल, mod z जर ग्रेटर असेल तर वी आर ट्राइंग टू राइट लेस दॅन 1, आणि जी क्वांटिटी लेफ्ट साइडला आली समथिंग लेस दॅन 1 त्या फॉर्म मध्ये या फंक्शनला लिहितोय. And when we write and when we expand it using the two expansions, we'll get the coefficient of z raised to plus k. Sorry, z raised to minus k, and that is our required effect. So लक्षात ठेवा की जर z चा पॉवर पॉझिटिव्ह येत असेल तर f of minus k will be the coefficient, आणि z चा पॉवर जर नेगेटिव्ह येत असेल तर f of plus k will be the required inverse Z transform. That's it. अजून एक घ्यायचं की नेक्स्ट मेथड?
हो सर
नेक्स्ट मेथड.
Partial fraction.
Okay. Next is partial fraction method. Do you know the partial fractions? Have you heard about partial fraction word?
येस सर
What is the method of partial fraction and where do we use it? कुठे यूज करतो partial fraction?
इक्वेशन्स मध्ये क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन्स मध्ये.
Right. म्हणजे if you have given suppose f of z as a rational function, first of all partial fraction is applicable for rational functions of the form something upon something. So if we have f of z to be z upon z minus a and z minus b, किंवा काहीतरी क्वाड्रॅटिक डिनॉमिनेटर आहे त्याला आपण फॅक्टर फॉर्म मध्ये लिहू शकतो. And to separate these two factors we are applying the partial fraction method. There can be two or more factors, and to separate out all those factors we are applying the partial fraction. Here there are several rules of partial fraction. You might have discussed in detail in your diploma, the partial fractions and the rules of partial. Even if you are from 12th, then in 12th there was detailed discussion of partial fraction. Am I right?
Yes sir.
So I'm not going to discuss in detail. We'll discuss the method and then we come to know what exactly it is. So first of all, the first step is we apply partial fraction method to fz upon z. fz by z को apply करते हैं partial fraction. Just like the previous one, we have given suppose fz is equal to z by say z minus a into z minus b, and if we ask to find the inverse Z transform this, then first of all we'll separate these two factors using the partial fraction. But किसका partial fraction करना है हमें fz by z. तो first of all we'll multiply both or we'll divide both sides by z, fz by z. So this z will get cancelled. I'll get 1 upon z minus a into z minus b, and then we will write the partial fraction for this, that is a upon z minus a plus b upon z minus b. So how do I get the values of a and b? So get the values of this a and b. First of all, fz by z is a upon this So what will be fz then? Fz is equal to za upon z minus a plus zb upon z minus b. Right? So get the values of a and b. Okay. And then inverse Z transform of this will be inverse Z transform of this plus inverse Z transform of this. And then further we are going to apply the previous method, power series method only, to expand this to according to the RLC, and then we'll get the inverse Z transform. Is this point clear? So actually the power series method is basic one, which we are going to apply for the partial fractions. यहाँ तक तो हमें ये पार्शियल फ्रैक्शन का मेथड अप्लाई करना है, देन यहाँ इसके आगे पावर सीरीज मेथड से सॉल्व करना है. Is this clear? Shall we discuss an example?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Find the inverse Z transform of Z upon Z minus 1 into Z minus 2 for mod Z is greater than or equal to 2. Z upon Z minus 1 into Z minus 2 for mod Z is greater than or equal to 2. Greater or less? Greater than or equal to, right? So first of all, let us consider fz to be Z upon Z minus 1 into Z minus 2. So we'll have to separate these two factors, but we are applying the partial in this only. In this inverse Z transform, we are applying the partial fraction to fz by Z. Not always, not all the time. So first of all, divide both sides by Z. What will be fz by Z to be 1 upon Z minus 1 into Z minus 2. Let us now separate these two. Therefore, 1 upon Z minus 1 into Z minus 2 will be what? A upon Z minus 1 plus B upon Z minus 2. Right? How do I get Z, A and B? When I cross multiply them, I get 1 upon Z minus A 1, Z minus 2 is equals to A into Z minus 2 plus B into Z minus 1 upon Z minus 1 into Z minus 2, right? Denominators will get cancelled. And that is equals to 1 is equals to A into Z minus 1, Z minus 2 plus B into Z minus 1. I know I am very fast, but if you are facing any problem in getting the steps, please ask. Otherwise, I'll take it as a granted that you are each and every step is clear to you. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, how do I get A and B? For what value of Z? I'll get A or B. If I substitute Z equal to 0, then I'll get the first term to be Z equal to 2 के लिए. Z equal to 2 के लिए क्या होगा? This will be 0 and I'll get B. Right? So, what will be B? Z for Z is equal to 2 implies 1 is equal to A into 2 minus 2 plus B into 2 minus 1. So 1 is equal to 0 because 2 minus 2 is 0 plus 1 into B. So B की value क्या है? For Z is equals to now 1. 1 is equals to A into 1 minus 2 plus B into 1 minus 1. So what it will be? That implies 1 is equal to A into minus 1 plus 0. So A is equals to minus 1. And therefore, maybe you are thinking that why I am taking Z equal to 2 and Z equal to 1 only. Okay. Always remember, we want to get A and B. It's A and B आपल्याला आपण सेट करायचे व्हॅल्यूज पाहिजे आपल्याला. So to get A or B, मला B ची व्हॅल्यू काढण्यासाठी सपोज याला 0 करायचं आहे. याला झिरोज करून टाका तुम्ही डायरेक्टली बघा काय होते. A into Z minus 2 equal to 0 म्हणजे काय? A तर नॉन झिरो असणार ना. कारण h ची व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करतोय म्हणजेच काय z - 2 इक्वल टू 0 म्हणजेच काय z इक्वल टू 2 हे कळतंय का म्हणजे z इक्वल टू 2 ला मला पहिली टर्म 0 मिळणार so when I substitute z equal to 2 I'll get the value of b and when I substitute z equal to 1 do the same thing कळलं b into z minus 1 is equal to 0 म्हणजे z minus 1 equal to 0 म्हणजे z is equal to 1 is this clear so for z is equal to 1 I'm getting the value of a ठीक आहे आणि नंतर बाय प्रॅक्टिस तुमच्या हेच लक्षात येईल की अरे मी जर इथे z equal to 2 टाकला तर हे 0 होईल आणि इथे मला b ची व्हॅल्यू इथे z equal to 1 टाकला तर ही टर्म 0 होईल आणि मला a ची व्हॅल्यू is this clear why that should be clear मी त्याचे रिझल्ट सांगितले so here a is minus 1 and b is 1 so therefore fz by z त्याला fz by z is a upon मी परत लिहितो a upon z minus 1 plus b upon z minus 2 so that is equals to what what is a minus 1 upon z minus 1 plus b what b is 1 upon z minus 2 so write the expression for fz तो fz क्या होगा फिर fz will be equals to fz is equals to yes fz is minus fz मतलब क्या we are taking this z to the left right hand side or we are multiplying both sides by z again so left hand side का z cancel हो जाएगा यहाँ minus z by z minus 1 plus z by z minus 2 is this clear यहाँ तक clear है सबको
Yes, sir.
now this is our f of z and what we are trying to get we are applying or we are trying to get the inverse z transform so therefore inverse z transform f of z is inverse z transform of what minus z by z minus 1 plus inverse z transform of z upon z minus 2 is this right minus sign के बाहर ये तो minus inverse z transform of z upon z minus 1 plus inverse z transform of z upon z minus 2 हे मी खूप डिटेल मध्ये लिहितोय म्हणून ते लेंथी वाटतंय पण इतकं लेंथी नाहीये बाय प्रॅक्टिस इट विल बी very easy and okay so what you have given here now आता इथं ROC चं काम आहे बघा इथून पुढे कारण आपल्याला एक्सपांड करायचं सो what the ROC is mod z is greater than or equal to 2 isn't it? So we have discussed that if mod z is greater than r then what will be less than 1 mod of z by r so here it will be mod of z by 2 will be less than 1 is this clear I think it is wrong mod of 2 by z na? Mod of 2 by z will be less than or equal to 1 is this clear hello
Yes, sir. Yes.
mod of 2 by z
Minus 2. Oh.
so what I'll do I'll try to write these two things in terms of 2 by z but if you look at this here 2 is not there so how do I get that will be more difficult if I write this in terms of 2 by z but instead of that if you know mod of z is greater than or equal to 2 that means mod of z is greater than or equal to 2 means what it must be greater than 1 also am I right
Yes.
so I can consider mod z is greater than 1 can I
Yes, sir.
so mod z is greater than 1 means what mod of 1 by z is less than 1 is it so mod of 1 by z is less than 1 hello
Yes.
so now I can write this thing in terms of 1 by z and this thing in terms of 2 by z is this point clear so the same ROC is applicable to both of these expressions अगर यहाँ 3 होता by chance अगर यहाँ 3 होता z upon z minus 3 then will this ROC applicable to both of these yes एप्लीकेबल होता?
यस सर, हाँ होता है एप्लीकेबल।
कैसे? सपोज
सर
यहाँ G है,
हाँ
आता सांगा मला,
कारण
mod z is greater than or equal to 2. This ROC will not be applicable to this because it is not greater than 3 ना, 2 is not greater than 3.
हाँ
So this will not applicable to this f of z.
ओके सर।
बताएगा?
हाँ
ठीक है, now let us expand this. इथपर्यंत काही डाऊट असेल तर सांगा प्लीज.
सर ते परत एकदा एक्सप्लेन करा ना.
काय परत एकदा एक्सप्लेन करायचं? फक्त ते एक्सप्लेन करा. बोला.
सर ते तुम्ही आरओसी घेतलंय ना, ग्रेटर दॅन ऑर इक्वल टू 2, आणि ते 2 का घेतलंय तुम्ही?
दिलंय त्यांनी एक्झाम्पल सोबत.
हा हा ग्रेटर
दिलंय ना? ओके, सो ते दिलंय ना, जे दिलंय ना ते ह्या दोन्हींना कसं ऍप्लिकेबल करता येईल मला ते बघायचं है ना. फर्स्टला मला अप्लाय करता येत नाही तो मॉड z डायरेक्टली जर बघितलं तर 2 मला इथे कुठे दिसत नाहीये, बट 2 इज ग्रेटर दॅन 1. सो अल्टिमेटली म्हणजेच काय बघा, हे बघा डायग्रामॅटिकली बघूया. मॉड z ग्रेटर दॅन 2 मीन्स व्हॉट? आउटसाइड ऑफ द सर्कल विथ रेडियस 2, राइट? एक्सटेंड ऑफ द सर्कल विथ रेडियस 2. Am I right? Hello?
यस सर।
So, is this reason applicable to the exterior of the circle with radius 1? मला सांगा ना की हा पॉइंट mod z ग्रेटर दॅन 1 या रिजन मध्ये आहे का हा पॉइंट?
नाही
हा पॉइंट नाहीये.
आहे सर, ग्रेटर दॅन 1 आहे ना.
ग्रेटर दॅन
mod z greater than 1 means which region? This region.
हा दिस.
हाँ
आहे का मग? This point,
येस सर.
this point.
येस.
मग मला सांगा हे जे बाहेरचे होते तर हा कुठला रिजन होता? mod z greater than 2 है ना. हे सगळे पॉइंट ह्याच्यामध्ये येतातच आहे. अरे बेटा मग हे सगळे पॉइंट mod z greater than 1 अजून पॉइंट येत आहेत मधले पॉइंट हे पण येत आहेत. कळतंय का? सो ऑफ कोर्स दिस रिजन इज ऍप्लिकेबल टू दिस आल्सो. That is why I have applied mod of z is greater than or equal to this for this expansion. आता कळतंय का? चलो, let us now expand this. So therefore, what we are having, fz or inverse z transform of f of z equals to minus inverse z transform z upon z minus 1 plus inverse z transform z upon z minus 2. आता बघा what we do, we will try to write this in terms of 1 by z. Just now I have explained it. 1 by z is less than 1. So we will try to write the first expression in terms of 1 by z and second expression in terms of 2 by z. So what I have to do? In terms of 1 by z लिहिण्यासाठी मला काय करायचं? z आधी कॉमन घ्यावं लागेल डिनॉमिनेटर. So minus z inverse of z upon z into 1 minus 1 by z. कळतंय का? हॅलो, याला मी 1 by z मध्ये लिहिण्याचा प्रयत्न करतोय बघा. मग 1 by z मध्ये लिहिण्यासाठी काय करायचं? म्हणजे डिनॉमिनेटर बघा किंवा असं 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 कसं करा की जिथं जिथं z आहे तिथं तिथं 1 by z लिहिण्याचा प्रयत्न करतोय. What would it be? As a simplification there will be 1 upon 1 minus z. करेक्ट आहे. म्हणजे तुम्ही असं पण लक्षात ठेवू शकता की द गिवन एक्सप्रेशन जे आहे ना त्याच्यामध्ये z ऐवजी 1 by z टाकायचं किंवा z ऐवजी 2 by z टाकायचं. जर तुम्हाला हे कन्फ्युजन असेल की कसं ते त्यामध्ये घ्यायचं, सो व्हॉट यू डू, wherever z is there, you just replace z by that common ratio. So here when I replace z by 1 by z, 1 by z upon 1 by z minus 1 plus z inverse of here z by 2 na upon z by 2 minus 2. So what it will be? Minus z inverse of
तर ते 2/z आहे का?
2 by z is. चेक करा ना. लेस देन 1 काय येईल? 2 by z च येईल.
हो सर.
हा मॉड सोड इकडे घ्या बरं.
सर तिथे z/2 झालं.
कुठं?
तुम्ही लिहिताना z/2 केलं ना?
2 by z, sorry.
2/z.
2 by z. Okay, now simplify this. When we cross multiply it, it will be 1 minus z upon z. That z will get cancelled with this, so 1 upon 1 minus 1 by z. Is this clear? Plus इकडे काय असेल? 2 minus 2z upon z, and that will get cancelled with this z. So 2 upon 2 minus 2z. बरोबर का? चेक करा. 2 upon 2 minus 2z. चेक करता है ना? So this I think we can cancel this 2 from both of these. One minus z. बरोबर है का? चेक करायचं. 2 minus 2z upon z. Z will get cancelled. So 2 upon 2 minus 2z. Sure. Let us now expand this. This is upon 1 upon 1 minus p, 1 upon 1 minus p. So that is minus z inverse of expansion baga 1 plus p square plus and so on plus equals expansion 1 plus p square plus and so on. इथपर्यंत क्लियर आहे का सगळ्यांना? एव्हरीवन?
यस सर.
आता काय करायचं? लक्षात आहे का? मॉड z ग्रेटर दॅन r असेल तर आपण काय करतो? कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ व्हॉट? वेरिएबल सेल z raised to minus k or plus k. Hello. For mod z greater than r, we are considering the coefficient of z raised to still confused. इकडे बघा. Mod z greater than r म्हणजे what less than 1? Mod of r by z less than 1, right? Is this right or wrong?
सर ते दिसत नाहीये मीन्स थोडस इकडे.
For mod z greater than r, mod of r by z is less than 1. So here इथंच बघा coefficient of power of z is negative है ना, because this is r z raised to minus 1 is less than. So जेव्हा z डिनॉमिनेटर मध्ये असतो तेव्हा आपण coefficient of z raised to minus k कन्सिडर करतो, आणि जेव्हा z न्यूमरेटर मध्ये असेल तेव्हा coefficient of z raised to plus k कन्सिडर करतो. मी मगाशी सांगितलं होतं. So here the region of convergence is mod of z is greater than or equal to 2. So z will be denominator, आणि z जर डिनॉमिनेटर मध्ये असेल तर आपण कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ z raised to minus k कन्सिडर करत असतो. सो याच्यासाठी व्हॉट विल बी द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ z raised to minus k? इथं kth टर्म जर लिखण्याचा प्रयत्न केला मी, व्हॉट इज kth टर्म हियर? सांगताय का kth टर्म?
a raised to k minus 1
फर्स्ट साठी का?
last term.
These are two expansions now. तर ह्याच्यासाठी z raised to minus k ची कोएफिशिएंट किंवा kth टर्म काय आहे? 1 upon z raised to k ना. हे बघा फर्स्ट टर्म काय इथं? फर्स्ट टर्म इज 1 upon z raised to 0. First term is 1 upon z raised to 0. So the kth term will be 1 upon z raised to k minus 1. है ना? आणि इकडे kth term काय असेल? इथं first term काय z raised to 0. So the kth term will be z raised to k minus 1. कळते का? So minus मी परत लिहितो इथं. Equal z transform of 1 किंवा 1 upon z raised to 0 plus 1 upon z raised to 1 plus and so on. kth term में लिखते 1 upon z raised to k minus 1 plus and so on. आणि सेकंड साठी plus inverse z transform of z raised to 0. मला इथे नेगेटिव्ह पॉवर्स पाहिजे. मी हे z ला खाली जर घेतलं तर काय होईल? किंवा सध्या असं राहतं z raised to 0 plus z raised to 1 plus z square plus and so on. So that is equals to plus kth term काय येईल?
Last term.
z raised to k minus 1 plus and so on. kth term. Right? हे करेक्ट आहे ना आपलं एक्सपान्शन? काही चुकलं तर नाही ना? z minus 2z, sorry 2 minus 2z upon z, z cancel झाला, so 2 upon 2 minus 2z. 2 when I take common it will get cancelled 1 upon 1 minus z. Correct है ना? Yes. So बघा from the first अपन coefficient of z raised to minus k will be f of k. So which is equals to minus इथं coefficient काय आहे f of k? f of k काय असणार आहे? minus 1 ना. याचा coefficient काय? This is kth term. याचा coefficient काय? 1 है ना. याला 1 raised to k पण म्हणू शकतो ना मी. But 1 raised to k will be 1 only. That is kth term. प्लस आता ह्याच्यासाठी बघा, याच्यासाठी मला z raised to minus k चा कोएफिशिएंट पाहिजे. म्हणजे थोडक्यात kth टर्मचा कोएफिशिएंट दॅट इज 1 ओनली. इथं पण 1. But that will be 0 then. I think that something is wrong. Just a minute. 2z. Just a minute. Yes, sorry, we are just missing something. What we are doing, we try to write this in terms of 1 by z, and this will be in terms of 2 by z. So what I'll do, minus z inverse of z upon, to write in terms of 1 by z, I'll take z common from the denominator, so this will be 1 minus 1 by z. Yeah. Plus inverse z transform. This will be in terms of 2 by z. So z upon, to write in terms of 2 by z, I'll take 2 common, z common. So z into 1 minus 2 by z. There must be 2 by z. मी माझा z येत होता तिथे. ते चुकत होतं. So z will get cancelled. minus inverse Z transform of 1 upon 1 minus 1 by Z plus inverse Z transform of 1 upon 1 minus 2 by Z. हाँ असं यायला पाहिजे. ठीक आहे. Anyways, so when we expand this minus inverse Z transform of ऐसे expansion का है 1 plus 1 by Z plus 1 by Z square plus and so on. What will be the kth term? This is 0th term. This is first. So kth term will be 1 upon Z raised to k minus 1. Okay, plus and so on. And for the second inverse Z transform of ऐसा क्या होगा 1 plus 2 by Z plus 2 by Z square म्हणजे 2 square by Z square plus what will be the kth term? 2 raised to, this will be 2 raised to 0. So there will be 2 raised to k minus 1 upon Z raised to k minus 1. This is my kth term plus and so on. Right? Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
आता येईल बघा. So here the kth term is this and its coefficient is 1. Here the kth term is what? This one and its coefficient is 2 raised to k minus 1. Is that so? Therefore my answer is minus sign is outside and बघा z सगळे डिनॉमिनेटर मध्ये म्हणजे काय z ची पॉवर काय नेगेटिव्ह मायनस z raised to minus k. So this is the coefficient of z raised to minus k will be 1 and here the coefficient of z raised to minus k that is तर इथे बघा z raised to minus k चा कोएफिशिएंट कॅन्सल करायचा असतो ना आपल्याला. मग z raised to k ची टर्म काय होईल 1 upon z raised to k प्लस and so on. आणि इथे काय होईल नेक्स्ट टर्म काय होईल 2 raised to k upon z raised to k plus and so on. So what would be coefficient of z raised to k? That would be 2 raised to k. And what would be coefficient of z raised to k here? 1. So 1 plus 2 raised to k. And where the k varies from? K will vary from पहिले तर पहिल्या पार्ट साठी आणि दुसऱ्या पार्ट साठी. इथे k कुठून कुठे व्हॅरी होईल बरं? For this first one k will vary from 0 to infinity, right? So k is greater than or equal to 0. आणि इथं here also k will vary from म्हणजे 2 raised to k घेतलंय ना मी. 2 raised to k म्हणजे जर मी k equal to 0 घेतला तर yes, so k must be vary from 0 to. So therefore, what is my inverse Z transform? The complete f of k will be minus 1 plus 2 raised to k for k greater than or equal to 0. Is this clear? By partial fraction method. Hello?
सर
Mm-hmm.
ती जी लास्ट टर्म आहे ना तुम्ही काढली मीन्स आपण लास्ट टर्म 1 अपॉन z रेज टू k minus 1 ही होती ना. मग नंतर हे एक्सपांड कसं केलं मीन्स 1 अपॉन z रेज टू k ती लास्ट टर्म आहे ना. मग त्याच्यानंतर
कोणती ही म्हणताय का तुम्ही? लास्ट टर्म नाहीच आहे ऍक्च्युअली हे इन्फानाइट एक्सपान्शन आहे. वी डोंट नो द लास्ट टर्म. आपण kth टर्म म्हणतो. kth टर्म जनरल टर्म. सो दिस इज ऍक्च्युअली kth टर्म पण आपल्याला z रेज टू k चा कोएफिशिएंट पाहिजे असतो ना. z रेज टू मायनस k चा. सो दिस इज z रेज टू मायनस k minus 1. वी वांट द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ z रेज टू मायनस k. दिस इज z रेज टू k. हॅलो हे कळतंय का? म्हणजे ह्या z रेज टू प्लस k ला वरती घेतल्यावर काय होईल z रेज टू मायनस k ना. म्हणजे ह्याचा कोएफिशिएंट आपल्याला पाहिजे असतो आणि दॅट इज आवर रिक्वायर्ड एफ. कळतंय का? म्हणून मी पुढची टर्म घेतली. जर इथंच k असता नुसता k तर मी ह्याचा कोएफिशिएंट घेतला असता. कळतंय का?
हो सर.
That is the same thing I'm doing here. अजून एक एक्झाम्पल घ्यायचं का? हे जरा कन्फ्यूज झालो आपण असं. Shall we take one more example on this or the next method?
सर एक एक्झाम्पल.
Okay. Three z square plus 2z upon z square minus 3z plus 2. एक काम करा ना, instead of discussing the complete example, let us discuss some MCQs based on this method. असं चालेल का?
हो सर.
MCQs, कारण सध्या तुमच्यासाठी तेच इम्पॉर्टंट आहे, राईट? नॉट मच इन डिस्कशन.
सर जे आपण आता एक्झाम्पल केलं ना, तर आपण कुठं फॉर्म्युला करू शकत होतो का, जे आपण काढले प्रूफ वगैरे तुम्ही जे सांगितलं?
काय करू शकतो का?
मीन्स फॉर्म्युला कुठे अप्लाय करू शकत होतो का? मीन्स रिजन ऑफ कन्वर्जन बघून आता
हो
जे
मग,
example
हो मग केलं ना. रिजन ऑफ मॉड 1 अपॉन z अपॉन z मायनस 1 आणि z अपॉन z मायनस 2 होतं ना. इथं आपण रिजन ऑफ कन्वर्जन्स यूज केलाच की.
हो सर.
त्याच्यावरून तर हे दोन्ही एक्सपांड केले आपण.
हो सर. ते एक्सपांड केलं नंतर. हां.
ROC इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. एकदा मी आपण पीडीएफ बघूयात. एखादं काही एक्झाम्पल्स डिस्क्राइब करू ऑन दिस. जाऊ दे नाहीतर एक एक्झाम्पलच बघूया डिटेल मध्ये, कारण माझ्याकडे पीडीएफ ओपन करायला पण वेळ नाहीये. 3z² + 2z अपॉन z² - 3z + 2.
स्क्रीन शेअर करू का?
बट दॅट विल टेक टाइम. हा चला बघूया. करा
Okay,
स्क्रीन शेअर करा. ओके. Sania, just a minute. I am sharing my screen.
ओके सर.
Is this visible? Yes or no?
सर वेट. होती सर, दिसते. हाँ सर.
Yes, sir, visible.
Actually,
नाउ इट इज विजिबल सर.
just like this. See here. For these questions, we directly having the formulas actually. Question number 15, 16. We directly having the formulas. Actually, this question number suppose 15. So either we can solve this using the power series method or using the partial fraction also. So I am thinking to better one, which will be applicable easily. Just a minute. I'll discuss these examples later, but examples based on the partial fraction, let me discuss. Will you please remind me for 15 and 16 tomorrow? Because I'll have to discuss some formulas. Based on this, directly these questions you can attempt. So question number 19 or question number 17, directly we can separate it using the partial fraction and then we'll get the answer. That means suppose for mod z less than 2, for mod z less than 2, what is less than 1? Yes, for mod z less than 2, what is less than 1? Question number 17. Z inverse of 1 upon z minus 3 z minus 2. 1 upon z minus 3 z minus 2. Here given it is less than 2. No? So for mod z less than 2, what is less than 1? Mod of z by is less than 1. Right? So I'll have to write this expression in terms of z by 2. So first of all, if this is our fz, z minus 3 into z minus 2, what we'll do? We'll separate these two fractions, the factors using the partial fractions. So what will be a upon z minus 3 plus b upon z minus 2. So therefore, a into z minus 2 plus b into z minus 3 upon z minus 3 into z minus 2. And here it will be 1 upon z minus 3 into z minus 2. So this will get cancelled, and what will get? 1 is equals to a into z minus 3, z minus 2 plus b into z minus 1. So z minus 3, sorry. So for z is equals to 2, this will be 0 and b will be minus 1. And for z is equals to 3, this will be 0 and a will be 1. Okay, so a is 1 and b is minus 1. Okay, so this will be my fz. So fz is this 1 upon z minus 3 minus 1 upon z minus 2. Now apply the inverse Z transform. So inverse Z transform this will be inverse Z transform of this minus inverse Z transform of this. Okay. And now we concentrate on ROC. ROC is mod Z is less than 2. So what is less than 1? Mod of Z by 2 is less than 1. Okay. So I can write this in terms of Z by 2. But what about this? So to write, is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
so
sir.
for mod z less than 2, what is can I write this region for this 1 upon z minus 3? Yes, because less than 2 means it is less than 3, na? Because 2 is less than 3. So ultimately what? Mod z will be less than 3. So that means what? Mod of z by 3 is less than 1. So therefore I will write this in terms of z by 3 and this in terms of z by 3. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So when I actually MCQ exam में इतना सब कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, directly based on the ROC mod, अगर mod z less than r है तो what and mod z greater than r है तो क्या? So we have discussed the case for mod z greater then the ROC will be what? A raised to k for k is greater than or equal to 0. You have seen. So for less than we are discussing now. Okay, so when I expand both of these using this, what will be the expansions? Inverse Z transform of एक्सपांड करण्याच्या आधी त्याच्यामध्ये लिहून घ्या. सो I want this in terms of z by 3. So I'll take z by 3. So I'll take minus 3 common. So minus 1 by 3 into 1 minus z by 3 plus the inverse of minus 2 common घेतोय मी. So minus 1 upon 2 into 1 minus z by 2. एक करेक्ट है का बघा, समजते का? Is this point clear? इथं माइनस है ना. हेलो
हो सर. बरोबर.
आता बघा, त्याला मी एक्सपांड करतो. सो minus 1 by 3 बाहेर घेतो. minus 1 by 3 inverse z transform of 1 upon 1 minus z by 3 minus minus plus 1 by 2 inverse z transform of 1 upon 1 minus z by 2. आता एक्सपांड करा. So minus 1 by 3 1 plus p square plus and so on. What will be the kth term? बघा हे 0 ते first second kth काय होईल? z raised to k minus 1 ना upon 3 raised to k minus 1. Is this clear? So k मध्ये कसं लिहिता येईल मला? z raised to k upon 3 raised to k plus and so on. Is this clear? Plus 1 upon 2 times 1 plus z by 2 plus z square by 2 square plus and so on. What will be in terms of k? Z raised to plus k upon 2 raised to k. This must be k, sorry. Plus and so on. आता सांगा मला. In the first expansion, first of all, in power series method we have discussed if RC is less than R, mod Z is less than R, then what we do? We consider the coefficient of what? F of coefficient of z raised to plus k to be minus f of minus k ना. बघा इथे सगळ्या z च्या पॉवर पॉझिटिव्ह आहे. z च्या पॉवर जर पॉझिटिव्ह असतील तर we consider the coefficient of z raised to plus k as f of minus k. So here the coefficient of z raised to plus k is 1 upon 3 raised to k and that is our f of minus k. इथं पण z raised to plus k चा coefficient काय असतं? f of minus k. So that f of minus k is 1 upon 2 raised to k. कळतंय का? So therefore the inverse Z transform f of k will be what? Minus 1 by 3 into what? मी f1 of minus k म्हणतो plus f2 of plus 1 by 2 times f2 of minus k. हे कळतंय का बघा? मला काय सांगायचं तुमच्या लक्षात येते का? And the first coefficient of z raised to plus k will be f of minus k. The f of minus k आणि f1 of minus k म्हणतो. कारण ह्याचा f1 आणि ह्याचा f1 वेगवेगळा असणार ना. दोन्हीचं कॉम्बिनेशन will be the required f of k. हेलो है ना? So f1 of minus k is 1 upon 3 raised to k and f2 of minus k is 1 upon 2 raised to k. हे फक्त नोटेशन्स आहेत f1 f लक्षात घ्या to avoid the confusion. So 1 by 3 times 1 upon 3 raised to k for k varies from, sorry this is minus and plus 1 by 2 times इथं काय 1 upon 2 raised to k. आता बघा इथं k वरती कंडिशन सांगा बरं मला. k will vary from 0 to ना बघा ना k equal to 0, k equal to 1, k equal to 2 साठी केस येईल ना सगळं कंडिशन. आता मला this is actually f of minus k आता f of k will be what? Therefore f of k काय असणार आहे? जिथे जिथे k आहे तिथे तुम्हाला मायनस k ने रिप्लेस करायचं. सो -1/3 into 1 upon 3 raised to minus k plus 1/2 into 1 upon 2 raised to minus k. आणि k वरती कंडिशन काय असणार इथं ग्रेटर दॅन इक्वल टू, सो कंबाइनली काय k is less than or equal to 0. आता इज दिस युअर आन्सर? चेक करा बरं. या 3 ने मल्टिप्लाय करून घेऊया. सो -1 upon 3 raised to minus k plus 1 and so 1 upon 2 raised to minus k plus 1 for k is less than or equal to 0. So that is equals to आहे का आन्सर आहे ऑप्शन मध्ये? हॅलो
सर चेक करते.
Is this answer there? Or if I take denominator to the numerator, it will be minus 3 raised to k minus 1 plus 2 raised to k minus 1 for k less than or equal to 2. So either this will be answer option or this will be the option. सांगा मला कुठला? D का?
सर डी आन्सर आहे त्याचं. चेक.
नाही ऑप्शन आहे का? मी हे विचारलंय, आन्सर नाही विचारलंय. हाँ 17 फर्स्ट ऑप्शन ना? नो नॉट फर्स्ट. C option. No, not C also. D option. D is the correct one. Correct ना? D. आलं ना आपलं ऑप्शन आन्सर? आलंय का? समजतंय का? मला एक कळत नाही हे बाकीचे लोक काय करतायत. अभिजित, एकता, हेरम, प्राजक्ता, what these people are doing. 5 peoples. अभिजित,
हाँ सर.
is this clear?
हाँ सर होय.
नक्की रिप्लाय काय करत नाही मग तुम्ही?
आहे की सर.
आहे का?
हो.
एकता,
Yes, sir.
कळतंय सगळं, समजतंय?
हो sir.
हेरम, हेरम बघ जाना आहे का? हॅलो, की नुसताच दिसतोय इथं?
सर त्याचा आता मेसेज आला मला.
हम्म.
तो म्हणाला आवाज ब्रेक व्हायला लागला तुमचा.
अच्छा. प्राजक्ता मॅडम, आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
Good. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No. So please, हाँ आता हे 18th पण सेम आहे. 19th जे आहे ना, so for 19th apply the partial fraction for fz upon z because z is there in the numerator. You might be thinking that why I haven't apply the partial fraction for fz by z. मी इथं फक्त fz ला अप्लाय केलं, इथं पण fz लाच अप्लाय करायचंय 18th ला. But while discussing 19th, while getting the inverse z transform of 19th, apply the partial fraction for fz by z आणि मग तुम्हाला करेक्ट आन्सर मिळेल. नेक्स्ट 20 चं पण तसंच fz by z, 21 चं पण fz by z, 22 ऑल्सो द सेम थिंग fz by z. ठीक आहे, अँड सो ऑन. आता हे 22 आणि 23 साठी डायरेक्ट फॉर्म्युलाज आहेत, दॅट आय डिस्कस टुमॉरो. ठीक आहे. थर्ड मेथड बघायची का? हॅलो
सर
हा
सर
बोला.
झेड ट्रान्सफॉर्म मधलं 28 वाला MCQ बघा ना.
झेड
28.
झेड और इनवर्स
हो.
झेड.
नाही झेड फक्त.
28. हा
हा
याच्यात काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे?
म्हणजे हे कसं सॉल्व्ह करायचंय की ह्याच्यावरती फॉर्म्युला वापरायचा आहे असं?
कार सांगितलं ना मी हेच एक्झाम्पल डिस्कस केलं तुम्ही yesterday. I think the answer is first option. Az upon 1 plus az plus z upon z minus a with this ROC.
अच्छा ओके सर.
28. हे एकदम कन्सेप्च्युअल आहे आणि मी हे डिस्कस केलंय. तुम्ही एकदा कालचा व्हिडिओ बघा बरं.
ओके सर.
आणि सर ते नेक्स्ट वाला आहे ना, त्यामध्ये तो एक फॉर्म्युला आहे, तो डिस्कस नाही केलाय आपण.
2 raised to k upon k factorial.
सर ते
हा
हा.
e raised to
हो सर तो
its
हा,
answer
सर.
e raised to 2 by z आहे. 3
2
हा
by
option.
सर, ते
z.
फॉर्म्युला बघितला आम्ही, मग त्यानुसार. आणि
हा
सर
फॉर्म्युला पण आहे आणि हे मी तुम्हाला काल जाता तुमच्या लक्षात असेल तर मी सांगितलं की तुम्ही नोट्स मधले सॉल्ड एक्झाम्पल पण बघा असं म्हटलं ना मी.
हा सर,
सॉल्ड एक्झाम्पल मध्ये
त्यात
हे
आहे
आहे.
सर.
हो म्हणून तर म्हटलं मी.
आणि सर ते बघा 31 32 आहे ना,
हम्म.
32 आलं तर ते पाय बाय 2 आणि ते आलं ना, मग मला ते येत नाही.
काय a is the pi by 2 that's it.
नाही ते मिक्स एक्झाम्पल आहे. हा सर बघा 33
33.
पाय बाय 2 cos of pi by 2k.
अच्छा, this is of the form a raised to k f of k. So what we are doing, a raised to k f of k, that is a change of scale theorem. पहिलाच theorem. A raised to k f of k is what? f of I think a by z ना or z by a. I think f of z by a. मग जिथं z असेल तिथं z upon a टाकायचं, where a is pi by 2. म्हणजेच है ना, कळतंय का? हे करू का? 33
हा सर.
32 मध्ये 32 आणि 32 दोन्ही पण बघूया. What is 32? F of k is sin pi k by 2 है ना. Then z transform of sin pi k by 2 विचारलंय. अच्छा, z transform of sin of pi by 2k. This is of the form sin ak ना, and sin ak चा z transform काय असतो? sin a upon z square minus 2z cos a plus 1, isn't it? So that will be sin of pi by 2k. So काय असणार आहे? sin of pi by 2 upon z square minus 2z cos pi by 2 plus 1, right? So that is, what is sin pi by 2? Sin 90 काय असतो? 1 ना. So 1 upon z square minus cos 90 काय असतो? 0. So plus 1. 1 upon z square plus 1. I have option. Is this option there? And this is with mod z. Mod z greater than mod a ना. So काहीतरी होतं बघा. Mod z less than or something. I think mod z greater than or less than. Greater than. So a is 1 here. Mod z greater than 1. Mod a is 1. Okay, so which option is correct? 1 upon z square plus 1. 32. 1 upon 9 is not. Just a minute.
नाही सर झेड बाय आहे. सी ऑप्शन करेक्ट आहे सर त्याचा.
Oh, sorry. I missed here 0 z ना. तुम्ही काय बघताय काय? z sin आहे ना. आपला z ट्रान्सफॉर्मचा फॉर्म्युला. So that is z upon. Hello.
येस सर.
So that is z upon z square plus 1. आता next. Next काय? हे कळलं ना 32 सगळ्यांना?
हो सर.
Pi by 2 raised to
हो
k
सर,
cos
हो
pi
सर.
by 2. Pi by 2 raised to k cos of pi by 2 k. ठीक है. So we are using the actual property. The property says z transform of a raised to k f of k is what? F of z by a, na? Right? So that f of z by a means f of z at z goes to z by a. Hello?
Yes, sir.
है ना? We have seen this property of z transform, change of scale property.
Change of scale.
ठीक है. Where a is pi by 2. आता सांगा मला f of k काय इथं cos pi by 2 आहे. Cos some cos of pi by 2 k चा z transform काय आहे? That is our f of z. What it is? Z minus z cos z into z minus cos, na? Z into z minus cos a, that is pi by 2 upon z square minus 2z cos a plus 1. What is cos pi by 2? 0. So z into z, z square. Z square upon z square cos pi by 2 0. So z square plus 1. Z square upon z square plus 1 is the z transform of cos pi by 2k. ठीक है. And into that replace z by z upon a, where a is pi by 2. Equal to, so that is equals to z square upon z square plus 1 add z replaced by z upon pi by 2, z by a. बराबर replace, that is equals to z upon pi by 2 means what? 2z upon pi, na? बरोबर का? Yes or no? So that is
Yes, sir.
2z upon pi square upon 2z upon pi the whole square plus 1. Now simplify the expression till and until you get the option. जर हे option मध्ये नसेल तर simplify करत जा. So that is 4z square upon pi square upon here 4z square upon pi square, तो pi square में cross multiply करें. So 4z square plus pi square upon pi square. That pi square will get cancelled with this, and this will be your option. And the option is this the option there? This will be the region of convergence with mod z greater than 1. So here mod z must be greater than 1. Sagama 33. Acha. Okay. That is in terms of pi by 4. So upon 4 common we get. If we take 4 common, z square upon z square plus pi square by 4 for mod z greater than 1. Is this the option there?
Yes, sir.
कुठला ऑप्शन आहे? mod z is greater than pi by 2. Sorry.
Option A,
C option ना? C or A? अच्छा, दोन्ही पण सेमच आहेत का? दोन्ही सेमच आहेत का?
नाही सर, A option.
A option, correct. This must be greater than A. I think इथं A वरती restriction नको आहे. This must be greater than 1 only. त्यांनी pi by 4 घेतले. ठीक आहे. A is the option. Clear? कसं करायचं कळलं?
हो सर.
Yes, sir.
ऍक्च्युली म्हणून तर मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की एवढे एमसीक्यू जर केले ना, डेफिनेटली यू कॅन टॅकल द क्वेश्चन्स फ्रॉम एनी अँगल. कारण हे सगळे क्वेश्चन्स कुठल्या ना कुठल्या अँगल मधून वेगळे आहेत, लक्षात घ्या. सो प्रत्येक क्वेश्चन तेवढंच इम्पॉर्टंट तुमच्यासाठी. ठीक आहे. सो आणि प्रत्येक क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करणं मला पॉसिबल नाहीये बिकॉज ऑफ टाइम. सो तेवढं कोऑपरेशन तुमच्याकडून पाहिजे मला की ट्राय इच अँड एव्हरी क्वेश्चन, आणि तुम्हाला जर डाऊट असेल तर यू कॅन डिस्कस विथ मी, आय विल गिव्ह यू द सोल्युशन. ठीक आहे, शॅल वी स्टॉप हिअर? आपण थांबायचं आज? ऍक्च्युली
हो सर.
मी विचार करत होतो झेड ट्रान्सफॉर्म आज कम्प्लीटच करायचं पूर्ण. आता राहिलंय का याच्यामध्ये की एक थर्ड मेथड, दॅट इज इन्व्हर्जन इंटिग्रल मेथड, अँड द ऍप्लिकेशन ऑफ दिस झेड ट्रान्सफॉर्म टू सॉल्व द डिफरन्स इक्वेशन्स. आय थिंक MCQ मध्ये डिफरन्स इक्वेशन्स विचारतात का? मला बघू द्या बरं एक मिनिट. डिफरन्स इक्वेशन्स, नो, देर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑन. आहे, येस, यू कॅन सी हिअर, दीज आर द डिफरन्स इक्वेशन्स and the question will be asked, म्हणजे आपल्याला डिस्कस करावंच लागणार आहे. So it will take hardly 30 to 45 minutes, but anyways we'll discuss it tomorrow. ठीक आहे. So tomorrow we'll discuss inversion integral method along with the applications, and then we'll start the third unit also. Third unit पण आपण बऱ्यापैकी डिस्कस करूयात उद्या. ओके
ओके सर.
ओके सर.